Hi and welcome to another card making video. Today I'm playing with my brush collection that I designed for Spellbinders, and I'm going to combine it with the Glimmer kit of the month. And this month the kit includes this plate with stripes, as well as a die that cuts out strips of paper in different widths. As simple as it looks, the kit this month is one of those kits that you will grab again and again since it is so versatile, and I find it is perfect for backgrounds. So for my background today I'm going with Indigo Cardstock by Spellbinders, and this is the first time I'm going to use this type of cardstock with my Glimmer machine. So you will see how lovely it foils on top of that. So I'm going for a tone-on-tone look, kind of a monochromatic background. And I'm going to use the plate included in the kit with blue foiling. I'm going to create my sandwich on top of my Glimmer machine, and I'm using only the plates that are recommended by the machine. I'm not using any extra seams or any extra cardstock. And while I'm waiting for that green light to stop flashing, I'm going to prepare my die cutting machine so that I can run it through. I always like to run the platform through the die cutting machine quite slow to give it some time to set, and then I do that a couple of times, front and back, just out of habit. And I didn't speed up the video just so you can see how slow I do the process. So now let's peel off together that foil and see what we got. When you try to foil big solid areas, it is always really difficult. However, I find I got beautiful results and I'm really happy with the outcome. A tone-on-tone look on this Indigo cardstock. And of course, don't forget that you can use the negative on another card. Now on top of this background you can create your own focal point to dress it up. I am going with one of my brushes, and this is the Artful brush. I did die cut the handle out of craft colored cardstock, and this is actually Dune from Spellbinders. And then for the bristles I went with white, just simple white cardstock. Now as I'm assembling the brush, and I did that many times in previous videos, I want to let you know that Spellbinders now have a UK shop, which means that it is now easy for all Europeans to grab things from there, and you will find the link down below just like always. So I used the die with the dripping paint, and I cut it out from the same silver cardstock that I cut out the ferrule from. And just because I'm going for a kind of a monochromatic card, I don't want to add too much color on this card to keep it nice and elegant. And I'm going to stick this brush on top of my background. I do have a couple of droplets. There is a die for those two droplets in the set, as you can see. And I'm just going to stick them underneath just to dress it up a little bit and give that extra detail. For my sentiment I went with Crafty Friends Are the Best, and this is from my sentiments from the same collection, which is called Paint Your World. I did place that with foam tape at the back, and now I'm dressing up the brush even more. This is when I don't know when to stop, so I used one of my dies to cut out this tiny flower, and you will see I'm going to bring in even more tiny flowers later on. For the center of the flower I'm using one of the gems. Now I'm using some string, and I will thread it through the hole at the top of my handle, and I'm just going to tie a knot and cut off the excess, just to add that different type of texture and make the card even more interesting. And this is where I don't know when to stop with the tiny flowers, so I'm going to bring in a couple more to dress up the sentiment. And this flower die is from my birdhouse collection. That one includes lots of tiny elements that are perfect for dressing up your cards to add tiny embellishments. Again, just like I did with the flower at the top of the brush, I'm using some gems at the center here, and I'm going to call this card done. So I hope that you had fun, that you got inspired. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time.